Hey guys, welcome back to some more Animal Crossing. In fact, welcome to a brand new season of playing through some of Animal Crossing GameCube. This is Minecraft Mike. Now, this is nothing new to the channel. This has been done twice, actually. The first one has over 60 videos. It was several years ago now. And then the second series, time I did this, has less videos, but they were over kind of similar time frames. I seem to always want to pick up Animal Crossing around the same time each year. I think the first series started early in the summer, so it was a very extensive playthrough. In fact, I think it might have started late spring, and then the second series started into the fall, very early fall, and then played through into the winter. Both of them lasted into the winter time, so it seems to play Animal Crossing very rarely, from like end of January until the start of May is usually the time I play Animal Crossing the least, actually. So to play it here in April is not unheard of, but I have to say, I guess usually I make it through a little bit. I should say GameCube and specifically. I haven't played very much this time of year. And the reason I'm picking up Animal Crossing GameCube, before we get started here, he says that the memory card needs to be formatted, which doesn't surprise me because I haven't touched things in a while. The man tells me I have to tell you. The man. The man is capitalized. Is that Nintendo? Is Nintendo the man in this case? It's either corrupted or it's formatted for another market. It is not formatted for another market, so hopefully my memory card will work here. I don't have any other saved data on it because this is the special Animal Crossing card that comes with the actual game itself. I guess I need to go down to format. So while he formats this thing for us, Animal Crossing New Leaf, I've played that for like 1,500 hours total across really technically 3 towns, but really 2 towns. Each were played for like 600 to 800 hours each. So I've done everything I can do in that game, and there's a couple things about New Leaf that just kind of irk me. That can be for a discussion at another time, but they kind of just I don't touch it as much going back as some of the other games. But the new update definitely revitalized things, and I played through a bit. But I'm ready for a new Animal Crossing. And New Leaf, I'm burned out of. I've played through all of that. City Folk, I can never touch that game again. Really, it's harder to go back to New Leaf or rather to City Folk and Wild World after playing New Leaf, and because the Wi-Fi shut down in those two, and that was a good part of that game. But I thought about going back to City Folk or at least visiting my own old towns, but Wild World, but I played so much of City Folk. I'd played thousands of hours in that over all the years of through high school. I played that, and then I don't really have anything for Wild World. I bought it on the Wii U, downloaded that, and I played that probably like 100 hours now, through like the late fall into the winter time, or early fall in the winter. So I was, it was okay. But that game is just very empty. It's very empty. I want to set to rumble on. I've never really looked at these features at the start. Stereo. I have headphones on. We'll play stereo. Animalese, of course. Of course, that's what I want. And I am. Yes, of course, if we get some friends to come here too, which was strange. They advertised this, and then it's like, okay, well, I have to say, I use this a lot. There's no Wi-Fi in GameCube, Animal Crossing, but you can visit other friends' towns. You just have to have the memory card physically there. And you guys know Zerthik. He was huge in Animal Crossing GameCube. He didn't touch the other Animal Crossings for some reason, but GameCube he did. And him and I, all the time, we were little kids, man. Elementary school and the middle school, we'd go visit each other's houses. We'd bring our memory cards over and we'd visit each other's towns. I had a blast playing that game with him. That time is not right. And is actually 11-ish in the morning. And it is much earlier. It is Saturday, April 1st. It is April Fool's Day. I guess it's April Fool's in the game. Isn't there something that happens? I am sure. So, I decided to pick up GameCube again. GameCube, I've played it lots, but it's probably, the hours I put into GameCube specifically because there's no Wi-Fi, I haven't played as many hours into this game as I have others. Um, but I've played this for a longer period of time. Wild World was my first game, followed by GameCube, then City Folk, and then New Leaf, and it was, it was interesting, um, because I never really got big into. I just never really got very big into GameCube. I would always like play it a lot at the start, but I never really got to the end game in GameCube. And the first time I ever got to the end game in GameCube was, that's not an odd name, you freaking cat. Um, was in the first season I did of Animal Crossing here on this on the channel. That was the closest I've ever gotten to the end game. Getting like some of the badges and stuff from catching all the bugs and fish. I had never gotten that far ever in the game. So that was interesting, and I really enjoyed it. And I would like to kind of do that again. So basically, I want Animal Crossing Switch. Animal Crossing Switch is going to come, but it's probably a year or if not 2 years down the road. Animal Crossing GameCube is, rumor had it, it's going to come for the Virtual Console for the Switch, but Nintendo hasn't talked about it. And I assume it's going to be at E3, but that still gives me the impression that Virtual Console for the Switch might not launch until the fall when they do their online deal. So that leaves me with nothing to do with Animal Crossing, and playing some New Leaf here and there, but pretty burned out of that. And I just was craving to visit the old GameCube. So that's why I'm here. I talked way too long explaining that, but that is why I'm here in the GameCubes playing this. What are we going to name the town? Name in town, name in town. For those of you that... actually, that's not how that goes. I'm trying to, what is that from? I don't even know where that was from. I don't know what this is going to be named, though. I was thinking about... I don't want to pick... Albany's always my go-to town name for this. I was thinking about doing... a town from New Leaf recently. I think we'll pick Otter, because I know Thalia's probably going to play, and she'll like that name. So yeah, we're gonna play Animal Crossing GameCube, and I'm not gonna do probably as many journals as before because I'm probably gonna do lots more off time into it. But I'll do some stuff, and I'll show you guys what's going on, and we'll chat and have some fun running around GameCube, just to get everyone excited for the potential of being able to play this slightly remastered on the Nintendo Switch in the Virtual Console, and then to get people hyped up for Switch, which I will hope that they, like in New Leaf, they started to go back to some of their roots. I hope they continue to go back to the roots in the Switch. And I know that I have a bunch of stuff I want to talk about for Switch and Animal Crossing games, but I think they're going to be separate videos. Like, I just want to have discussion type videos where I wanted to bring up some things. So I'm going to try not to talk about that too much. But there's a guy on YouTube who does where he basically moves the camera around any way he wants and gets out of bounds, kind of, and like looks around everything and does it. One of the series he did is in Animal Crossing, and I always thought that in this case there was like a little payphone like inside the little room in the back of the car, and that Rover had walked in there and made a phone call. But if you adjust the camera just right, I recommend going and looking this video up. If you go out of bounds and look at Rover, he's actually talking on a cell phone, which in 2001 or 2000 when this game was being made was a rarity. So I thought that was really interesting that he is talking on a cell phone. It's a flip phone, and if you go around, there's actually a texture on the screen of like a cell phone, which I thought was very cool. So that's what he's actually doing right there. And you got Joan, which if you had never played this before, you were like, what the heck? It's a crazy world. Anyway, I was saying I have some. I do want to move to Otter. I don't have a place to live, of course. The same old story that you start off on Animal Crossing, and then everyone gets really mad at Tom Nook, but then sure enough, Tom Nook is a great guy. That's, willing to work with you to give you a place to live. So what else to kick this off? So yeah, I really liked looking back at my old videos to watch this play, and I'm looking to touch this again. Specifically, Thalia wanted to touch it as well. She wanted to play this game, and I was like, oh, heck, we've been playing New Leaf together, so we'll go ahead and do this, because I just didn't feel like City Folk or Wild. Since I had got my Wild World fix, got my New Leaf fix, I've just been thinking about GameCube. So if things happen to, just got a little bit of money. If at E3 Nintendo announces it and it actually ends up coming out sooner, then this of course is going to change. I'm going to pick it up on the Switch the second it gets sent out and start playing it there. But we'll get to that at a later point. So here we go. We're getting ready to move into town. We'll run into him at some other point because something I had done a long time ago with the homebrew on the Wii, there was an applet that allowed you to extract things off the GameCube memory cards and put it on an SD card and put it on the computer. I'll talk about this at another point, but I do have an old town saved on my computer I plan on putting back on so for us to visit. It's a very old town that my sister and I played on when we were kids, back when we were using AC Toolkit and City Folk. So bye-bye train. Here we are. Happy April Fools, everybody. April Fools, I'm not really going to play an Animal Crossing GameCube Let's Play. Bye. Just kidding. We're going to play some Animal Crossing. But we got to meet our friends. Porter, we see you in the future world. You skipped around a few generations, but lo and behold, you were there. Look at these textures. It's just incredible how amazing these textures are. Like, look at this fence. Look at these graphics. They're amazing. I don't really get much better than this. Here comes Tom Nook. By the way, there is no sound playing in this game. I could probably get away with having the sound at a very low level, but I'm not ready to push my luck at the moment. Nintendo, as you know, and you've heard me complain about before, will copyright everything and then put ads on it themselves and then take all of the money for themselves. And I don't want that because that's no fun. If I'm making these videos, I don't want Nintendo to take the money. So that's why there's no sound, because some games it's very easy for them to capture the screens, but in a game like Animal Crossing, it's very hard for them to capture the screens because everyone's doing their own thing. Although if they were smart about it, they probably could do. There's specific images that people have, but music is obviously the same, so they're going to steal that. So sorry about that. If you want the music, just go open up a playlist and play the music in the background of this video. I may slowly start to introduce it depending on how things go. And if they start to copyright the images, that butterfly's flying around. Hey there, little guy. If they start to copyright the images, then I will stop doing these, basically. And just keep playing it myself. So we have the 4 homes, but if you've watched my other 2 series, you know which house I'm going to pick. I don't think I've ever picked a different house. I always make my first character in the top right, my second character in the bottom right. I think one time I did my first character in the bottom right. We might have actually done that in the first one because I remember saying the same thing. I have to go back and look. I think we might have picked that house, but I'm going to pick the house I usually do. We won't take a look in all of them. We'll take a look into them later. I just want to get through this stuff. The stuff at the start so we can get ourselves stuff going on. Because I think it's... Oh, I can't interact with it because it's not mine yet. Do 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 do. Oh, a free radio, a free box, and a free journal. The journal is probably the most expensive thing in there. That weird thing over the door, that would be your personal gyroid assistant, Mike. If visitors stop by when you're not around, this gyroid will, well, he will meet and greet them. It truly is a must-have. He can teach it messages, and then the little fellow will repeat them to visitors. And that's just one of its talents. You can also leave items with it, which it can even sell to folks. Okay, one more thing! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Yes. Gyroid. Although I don't think it's gyroid, it's gyroid or gyroid. I used to always say gyroid, but it's gyroid. We know to save. That's nothing new about Animal Crossing. That's what makes the game so great. Oh, I'm dreaming of playing the Animal Crossing GameCube on my Switch wherever I go. That would make me so happy. Yep, and guess what? We don't have that much money. But at least we have something. In the other Animal Crossing games, you get zip, zero, nada. You don't get any of it. I know that's not enough. Yes, of course. Yep, this is a thorny situation, Tom Nook. Please, please. I'll do anything. Whatever you want, Tom Nook. Wink, wink. Just let me know. If you need something from me, you need something from me, but you need me to actually do manual labor. I was hoping to get away with something a little less work-like, but if that's the case, we can get going. And he runs away. Well, that is rather exciting. You can see it's 4-1, so because it's Saturday and I'm about to start my work week, I know I'm not going to have as much time to play. But I'm going to use the rest of my day today to get through the starter stuff and then to participate in any April Fool's activities that are going on around town. And then after that, we'll go from there. So there's going to be probably a couple of episodes that all took place in the same day. And then after that, it's just going to be the episodes will actually post closer to when they line up. Because sometimes they get off. Or I'll record a couple at a day, so it might be like a week later, even later than that, depending on how quick I am in my editing. But once I know that we kind of doing one episode a day, or one episode whenever I play, and I'm not doing multiple episodes in one day that I play, then we'll be able to go ahead and I'll be able to catch up, and things will try and be more in real time. So. But yes, that will be it for this episode of our starting journal. We've moved into town. I guess I can at least show you guys real fast what our town map looks like. That's our town map. Actually, Bob, Aurora, Amelia, Pinky. Oh, Pinky. Static, Ace. I am going to run around town, actually, because I might be rather picky. I really would like to get a 3-tiered town. I have to look back in the videos if we had a 3-tiered town in any of them. So I might just sit here and do a bunch of resets, but I am going to be named Mike and Otter, and that is going to be the introduction, and then once we actually start doing things, we will. So this may change between now and next episode, but I'm going to do a quick run around town and see if it holds up to par. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys are excited. I know I had a lot, there was 2 groups of people on the channel. People that were here for the Animal Crossing Let's Plays from GameCube days, and then people that were here for Tornado Survival, essentially, and then there was some mix in between the two. So I hope that there's still some of you out there from the Animal Crossing GameCube days that may be rather surprised to see this pop up in your inbox. But looking forward to it, to catching me some bugs. Oh, and there's some cherry blossoms, perhaps, in the near future. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.